Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology Retold action in the right-hand corner of the map, playing as the new and improved Demeter. His name is Divine. Demeter has had a minor / major, depending on how you want to describe it, rework. She's got a whole bunch of new fun tools to play with, and today we're going to be checking out what that means. In the left-hand corner of that, we've got sorry. He is apologetic because he is playing Loki. No, I don't know why he's apologetic, but he's sorry about it. Okay, he's playing some Loki. Loki has been, I would say Loki's been buffed to the nines. That's what I would say. I think he's probably very, 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 very strong right now. Probably not in the tier of, definitely not in the tier of those Aztecs in the last patch. Whether or not those Aztecs are still absolutely cracked in this patch remains to be seen. I haven't really seen a whole bunch of games just yet. It's literally day one of the patch. Therefore, we've got a lot of learning to do. But Loki, with the raiding cavalry buff, all the other buffs that he got in the last patch as well, he's definitely going to be feeling very good. Nidhogg buff too. But he is going up against this new and improved Demeter. So what is new here? We're going to be figuring it out together. So Persephone was buffed. I think Hestia was reworked a little bit, maybe nerfed, maybe buffed, and a little bit. Pan was buffed / nerfed / buffed. Probably just buffed actually. So all of the DLC gods are going to be feeling very, very good. Also Ares. Ares was buffed. For Demeter as well, in the sense that myth units in general were buffed. The classical age myth units were buffed the most. Heroic age myth units were buffed a little bit. Each myth unit gets an extra 5% as they go up to the next age. So 25% instead of 20% HP and damage. So we'll see which way Divine's going to be wanting to go with this. I think that there's going to be, it's going to take a while for people to get into this, to be completely honest, but I think there's going to be strategies. The wolf, the Lycaon strategy is well and truly going to be on full display, especially against, say, Odin or maybe Freyr or Thor, where you're gonna be getting greeted by a whole bunch of like cavalry units. Poseidon as well. You know, you can go into those Lycaon and utilize those out on a secondary hunting pack to feel very safe against cavalry raids. Tsukiyomi as well, right? Lots of different gods that it's going to be very, very strong versus. We are seeing Pan here for Divine. I'd be surprised if he doesn't go into his second town center. Generally, when Divine plays on the ladder, he's looking for what he can get away with. He's looking to practice this two town center defensive style because it's what he is good at. And if it's a terrible town center, it's a terrible town center. He's going to figure it out. So he does come up to the top side. We'll see if there's some relics here. We do have the Pygmalion statue. Very, very nice for two town center play. You get the stronger villagers, obviously, so that's always nice. Over here, we've got Gambantine, Odin's Wand. Another really nice relic there for both players. But definitely, Sorry is going to be enjoying that one as he is going up through Heimdall. We've got Harrows of Heracles down the bottom as well with the range soldier, range attack damage plus 5%. And finally, we've got ourselves the Heavenly Jeweled Spear, making Prodromus or Herdman a little bit stronger. And we see a village center coming down for Divine. So, what's happened with the village center for Demeter, as we've also got the call Lycaon. I don't know how to say that. So the village center coming through, this thing here works 25% faster than a normal town center. So what does this mean? People will go, well, that means that it's working as fast as a regular town center. Incorrect! I believe that a regular town center is working at something like 17 seconds for the villager. I think the villagers are coming out at about 18 seconds on the village, and you're actually going to be able to see it in its entirety over here. With the way that when this town center finishes, he's going to get that villager finished, and this town center is going to finish at the same time, basically. And you're going to see that this is going to be going a little bit slower than this one. So it is a little bit slower. Nonetheless, the call of Lycaon is coming through, and this one now, you don't have to grab it as fast anymore. This is basically the Pan's Pioneers tech. Well, there's that new tech there as well. We'll talk about that a little bit later. You don't have to grab this tech right away anymore because it's going to be retroactive. So if you've got 2 town centers up, it's going to give you one wolf from both of them. So Divine's going to have both of these wolves pop out, and he's going to be able to use them immediately. So now he's actually +3. If I can select this, he's +3 alpha account at 5 minutes and 50 seconds. So it's a pretty large economic boost hit. Not only that, now as a caster, I can say this thing up the top is actually accurate, which is fantastic. I love it when when everything is working, because they now only cost 1 population rather than 2 population. So that's fantastic there as well. And Sorry's going to be dropping himself his own second town center. You also have to remember that Sorry does have Rick's Dula here. He's grabbed himself early safeguard as well. So his walls are going to be nice and cheap. His town center is nice and cheap. But he is a little bit behind the 8 ball on the villager production anyways, as Divine is going to be playing it safe here and jumping onto his cows. I don't mind this. We take a quick look at the granary here as well. There's 2 new upgrades in there. Well, not new. You got that Divine Labor and you got that Pan's Pioneers there. We'll just take a quick look at this. Pan's Pioneers is the technology that Divine's going to be wanting to grab here pretty quickly. It's expensive, but it does unlock the half price farms effectively. So grabbing that one early, it's actually less than half price farms. 2 villagers on 1 farm, and you're good to go. You can grab it later. You don't have to grab it right away. You can still put down 1 farm, 2 farm, that's fine. And then add the extra villagers onto it after you get that technology as well. I am focusing a lot on the Divine gameplay here because he is playing the newly buffed Demeter, but looking over at Sorry, I'm loving the way that he's approaching this. His opponent is playing a very turtley game plan here, as we do see the Pan's Pioneers coming in. His opponent's playing incredibly turtley. Why not just take the entirety of the map? I wouldn't mind seeing another wall getting thrown up over here, a wall get thrown up here, walls over here. A little bit of pressure to come through as the Iolaus is in town center here, village center. It's like 7.8 damage. This is another thing that's happened. The villagers and human units as well, getting garrisoned into buildings now does even more damage. It used to be 3% per unit. Now it's 5% per unit garrison. So if the, does this tell me exactly how much damage it does? It does 6 damage. So if I'm going to garrison the full, I'll just go with 10 because I might be able to do that math. If I'm going to be able to put 10 villages inside of this, then that's going to be an extra, I think, 3 damage DPS. So that's quite a nice boost there. It's quite a nice boost from before. It's going to allow some actual, like, oh, my opponent's kind of brain dead attacking me. I can feel happy about garrisoning and getting some revenge fire in as they charge into my base and try and kill my villagers off and then don't leave. So yeah, that's got to be nice. And we are going to be seeing the plow coming through, farms coming up as well. Divine has got himself the resources to go to the Heroic Age. He is going through Hestia. So that's good to see. I've talked about it in the last patch already. One of the big reasons why I put Demeter quite high on the tier list, and everyone was up in arms about it, saying, "Boy, you're absolutely insane." But the big reason was because the Hamadryad became a usable unit for Demeter, and that's all Demeter really needed inside of her kit to be very strong, was a usable unit. Basically that's it, and that's the Hamadryad. So Hamadryad's very, very strong, must use unit in every single one of your games. Even if your opponent is going in for her, sir, the Hamadryad's still useful because you can just defend them with a pass burst, and then the Hamadryads can come in and take out the back line as well. You don't even really, you can use the tree form. It's definitely viable, and it's an opportunity to lock down a position. And then after the tree form explodes, you can then use it in the actual fight to attack, and it's as strong as we see, nice raid in from Sorry, it's as strong as, if not stronger, than a Petsukos. So if you understand how strong the Petsukos is, well, you go, fantastic, the Hamadryad's going to be in there as well. Of course, the Petsukos has got more range, but the Hamadryad's got more HP, so there's the trade-off. I don't have to care so much about the positioning of my army. I can be a little bit more aggressive with my army, in other words. As we see Hipaspis, Peltas, Hoplites coming through, Bragi from Sorry, a little bit I'm not sure about this Bragi from him. I'm not scared of cavalry when I'm playing against Demeter. I'm not scared about cavalry at all when I'm playing against Greek in general, apart from Poseidon. But even versus Poseidon, I'm still like not super scared of cavalry as Norse, or Greek cavalry as Norse. We just choose to go through Bragi. There's a nice defense for Bragi with that Arcadian meadow. We are going to be seeing a fortress coming down onto this position as well. And he does have his communal half to drop down at any point. I wouldn't mind seeing it getting dropped in the main base for the newly improved 15% boost. If you pop it in here, hit the villagers on like maybe like somewhere around here, just trying to hit that temple for boosted favor gather rate for even more stuff. It's very strong. And there's the hymn of the woodlands now. Wildwood coming through. This one is really interesting. I don't think that's going to have any impact in this specific game. I just don't. This tech is really interesting for an extended classical fight for Demeter. And I think that Demeter's got this angle in her kit now without question because of this tech. You've got the werewolves. You've got the Cyclops. We do have that communal hearth coming down. You got the werewolves. You got the Cyclops angles, both really strong. You've also got this new technology in the. He doesn't have an armory up. There's an armory over here. There's this new technology for. We're already in the heroic age for both players, so I didn't say it. This new technology in the armory called ballistics, not new, but it's in the classical age now. So you can definitely hang out in that classical age and enjoy an archer-based comp. Big buff having ballistics in the classical age. There is a third town center coming up. Sorry, it's just saying, hey man, if you want to boom, it's fine. I'm happy to boom. I have Rigstula. He's still behind on villager count because of Pan's Pioneers. Or not Pan's Pioneers, what's it called? Call of Lycaon. I'm just going to go with Call of Lycaon. Maybe it's just Lycaon. Anyways, town center will be up. This will get some damage done while the walls get targeted down. No problems here for Sorry to grab this. You got Garrison the Hearser to get even more damage done, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing. Town center has also got ballistics on it, so that's going to be hitting the Icarus there. He can heal himself back up as well, as both of the heroes, I think, work in tandem to get even more healing. But the Metropolis is now out. Divine's going to start working his way out of here. He doesn't really need to go for this town center. This is the village center play here that I think is going to be really interesting. If you take a look at the house, that's the Gracious Hospitality tech. He can go up to 195 population on one town center, which is very, very, very solid. And then he can go for his next town center if he wants to get even more, obviously. So he doesn't have to rush those up, especially because his villager production has been perfectly valid and fine here. More military buildings to come down, and we'll see where to next as this boom just continues here. Sorry, trying to get himself units together. Does he have all his economic upgrades? Yes, he does. He's just missing that irrigation, but he doesn't have a single farm, which I love. Just eating the entirety of the map. He could definitely look to lock down even more of the map in terms of walls, especially with Heimdall. This is something that I think some Norse players are starting to understand, is that one wall on one position it's fine, it does something, it's good, but what's stopping me from walling here, from walling here, from walling here, from throwing a wall down here, from walling over onto this side? Just literally every single choke point on the map. What is stopping me from doing this? As the Hearser do pop out, they're all going to actually go down here. Nice little pick for Divine, as Sorry forgets about them to some degree. Loses all of his Ursa, tries to take out a Metropolis, not going to be able to do so. And now Divine will wander in and grab himself this town center, as well as get himself another Lycaon out. Another really cool thing is you used to have to sack your Lycaon because they used to be lost population. Can I select them? There they are. He's got 3 of them at the moment. He's about to go up to 4. But you used to have to sack these because 2 population villages, when they gather at basically the same rate as everything else, is not very efficient. So you want to sack them or use them in the army, basically. Now you don't have to. You can just leave them there. These are perfectly valid, and they're working at 1.5x as well when they're on herdables or when they're on anything else. And now Divine gonna yet again try and grab this town center back. is in front on the economy at the moment because of Retold, because of his second town center being a national settlement rather than a villages center. It's the first of many fights, I'm sure, in this game to start. Those Peltas absolutely dominate that back line there. Not the best of control here from Sorry. He did deny the town center as well over here. His Ironry could have been a lot of help on this one. He really shouldn't be taking this fight, but he is. He's got half of his units over here as well. When you're fighting against Peltas, you've really got to use that range of the Axeman, of the thrown Axeman, as well as you possibly can. You want to be at max range behind the infantry units, and then you want to be either wiggle microing the thrown Axeman to dodge those Peltas, or just running, basically. You want to stay as far away from the Peltas as possible. Or at the very least, having your Jarls or Huskarl on top of the Peltas. It can be a tough fight to actually take. Sometimes the best option is actually just to get to the Mythic Age for either Fire Giant or Ballister or Nidhogg. Especially on a map like this where it's very, very closed and shut off. Onto the top side, good micro here from Sorry. He does have the micro versus this, as the Hapaspist will be a tough unit to take out. We see the Arcadian meta coming down over here as Divine's just like, I want my town center, let me have it. And he will be able to get that one, but now that means Flaming Weapons is on the table. Flaming Weapons is definitely on the table here. And an Undermine will come through onto this spot. He does drop that Flaming Weapons. He's also got the Ironry, but his units just aren't in the fight. What is he doing? You have to be attacking with everything if you expect to be able to get through this. Charges in with the Thrown Axeman now. A little late, but he does manage to take down those Thrown Axemen as Icarus there will be bailing out onto the top. Onto the backside, the Metropolis will end up going down, and this fortress does stay alive with 1900 HP in it. We do have a nice Mountain Giant spawn here as the heroes are going to be trying to bail. They get caught out a little bit. Mountain Giant is going to take the fortress down, and, well, units getting pulled into the Hestia's half. Not ideal. They're going to start getting converted. There's also this Hammer Dryad just sitting here. Looks like Defiant's kind of forgotten about it as the village is going to attempt to get some repairing up. Peltas pulling out here to start taking out the Thrown Axe. A nice control and awareness from Divine there, but he will bail away from this one as Sorry will be able to take down the fortress, and the villagers over here might get caught out, but Sorry's lost a little bit of his actual units. I don't know where the rest of his military is gone. He doesn't have a huge amount of resources. He's actually going to the Mythic Age as well, trying to pump out Huskarl, Jarls, and he doesn't manage to actually kill off these villagers, which I thought was going to be a really big thing. But the attack is over. Flaming Weapons no longer available. Berserk's going to come in here and take out these villagers. I'd love to see it. Yeah, we go. See a wall here. Got to lock off these gold mines. It is the most important thing to do, but now is the time where I bring up one new thing for Demeter. It's probably the most scary change I saw in the entirety of the changelog. The Amazoness Archer, which will be available probably in the next 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes here. Well, now this Mountain Giant spawn is huge. Never mind, he's spamming more hoplites. The Amazoness Archer costs no gold. That's the scary part. So this gold mine about to be expired. This gold mine over here, 3,000. This gold mine here probably not going to be able to get grabbed at any point. Divine's just never going to have any issues building an army. So you have to somehow figure out how you're going to kill off those super archers. Even though they're really expensive. They are really expensive. And we do see Persephone coming through. There is also this other thing with the I forgot what the thing is called. Underworld Invasion. Where it's going to feel very, very strong. There goes the Fimbulwinter. As all the villagers going to go idle for a little bit. Divine is on 3 town centers as well. The fortress on the back defending this position. How many fortresses does he actually have? The only real roadblock, I guess, to the Amazoness Archer spammage is the fact that you've got. They only build out of fortresses, right? So there is somewhat of a way to limit the amount of production your opponent's going to be able to have there. But nonetheless, the Jarl's coming through. Going to try and take out these villagers onto this side. We do have a hill fort coming up over onto this position there. As this is a really nice raid from Sorry. He is really making Divine's life difficult here with these great Jarls. I don't understand. Actually, I mean, I get the building of hoplites. I get it. Hoplites make sense. You go in Persephone, you can have a huge amount of upgrades for those hoplites. However, the unit that was buffed for Greeks that I think will be an amazing answer for the Jarl, which I don't think was a very, very good answer for the Jarl before, is the Prodromus. Having access to that heavy Prodromus would be very nice. You can come in here and take out the village center as well and maybe deny the Persephone Mythic Age, but he's not going to go for that one. Looking for something a little bit else. As up onto the top side, units here pumping through. There's 190, population of 255 for Divine right now. As the Ballista going to slowly take the town center down. Units coming in to deny any sort of repairing, as well as these Jarls literally pulling off into the corner. He's going to sack these Jarls into the corner, and we do see another Arcadian Meadow getting dropped down. This isn't the end of the world. He can move over here and attack, or he can move up here and attack. But this does give, some time. He's going to be getting outlawed. Midas, there comes the Harvest of Souls technology, as well as the Pious Sacrifice on the way. That's a cool icon there. This one here is going to be giving your infantry an extra 15% damage boost, as well as a DPS boost for 5 seconds whenever an infantry unit gets a killing blow. For everything around that, unit, right? That's kind of a big deal. The Siren over here does get sent to its death, as up onto the top we are going to be seeing the Fortress coming through. We've also got that Pious Sacrifice as well coming through, which is another stackage of boosts for the infantry units there with a, what is it? 10% increase in attack speed, and there goes the Underworld Invasion. Oh my god, he's up to 500! Holy population! Oh, that is so much stuff. What's the answer to this, you guys ask? Like, look, these units, they used to be weak. The cavalry units are kind of weak. They have no upgrades, but everything else is going to be heavy, champion, and all that other good stuff. How do you beat this, you guys? That's so much. He's got nearly 20k military resources in the... Holy. All right. I'm not going to lie. This is an insane god power. But how do you beat this? Someone's got 270 favor and needs to spend it. That's the way you beat this. You need to be prepared to get out your AoE damage dealing myth units. Fire Giant, Battle Boar, Troll. What else have you got? Rock Giant, Fafnir. Of course, you don't have a Fafnir here as Thor. I mean, Loki. But that's so much stuff. Did he lose the village center as well? Yes, he does. But that's the other thing. He doesn't get any town center anymore here. He's charging forward. Towers going up is another fantastic option, just like you deal with Ragnarok, getting up a whole bunch of towers to artificially increase your own population cap. And of course, the other thing here is Divine's still getting resources behind all of this. That's the crazy part. Unlike Ragnarok, who's got that big weakness of not having any economy for a little bit, the only weakness here is that there's no gold income if you've got no gold mines remaining. Flaming Weapons for a second time going to be coming in with only 3k military resources is a sad, sad state of affairs for our main man. Sorry, he is getting brutalized on this position. The good thing here for Sorry is his villages are still working. I don't know, well, not here, they're idle here, but his villages are still working. He's still got 95 villages. He hasn't lost anything just yet. We are seeing some damage coming through for so much. It is starting to fall off here. You do have to remember there is still the villages in for Sorry. So unlike Ragnarok, when you look at the actual population, it goes up to like 300, 400. That's all military pop. Whereas this is not the same. There's only 200. I say only. There's 200 pop of military here for Divine at the moment. As he is going to start breaking houses. killing everything. We've got a Valkyrie coming in. Nice spawn, but does get picked off very, very quickly. We've got more fortresses coming up all over the place now for Divine as he can secure more gold mines on this position. Infrastructure getting taken down. Sorry here does have himself some upgrades to help him. He's got that Rigsdueler tech, right? He's got himself the Levy tech, so he's going to be able to get these units out for sure. And there goes the Underworld Invasion is now finished. Town Center is going to be coming back up. We do have a Undermine getting dropped down over here in an attempt to actually take out both of these fortresses. He will be able to pick off one. Will he get the other one as well? I don't... He might. 2 seconds? One? No, he's not going to. But he does have units there to deny that. Up onto the top side, units falling, and Divine is now back to a normal amount of population here. So, Sorry can mount his comeback at the moment. He needs to get his units out. He needs to not lose too many villages. Divine will have all 3 of his town centers back up, so he has done damage. This town center is... All the town centers are still up for Sorry, so... I mean... Rock Giant spawn is huge, but the Midas is in. King Midas is through, and that's going to take out the Rock Giant so fast. The only problem here for Sorry is that he just doesn't have any military. And now the Amazon archers are in. And Divine says, my guy, let me show you... Let me show you the meaning of one incredibly, ridiculously... Wait, is it 3 pop? It's... I thought it was 2... Oh! Oh! Okay, I thought it used to be 2 pop. Now it's 3 pop. Okay. I was about to say, the most expensive army you can possibly make in the game here would be a 2 population Amazon Archer, but it's 3 pop now. So this is, yeah, this is looking around about the cost of what a 3 pop, or an expensive 3 pop Archer is going to be. But a very, very painful unit now for our main man, Sorry, to deal with. I'd like to see him building raiding cavalry here. Yes, the Jarl are great and all, but they're more of a generalist cavalry unit. I think you need a counter archer to be taking out the Amazon archers here at the moment. There's the town center over here getting targeted down. Divine does have himself that bonus damage versus buildings inside of his burning pitch, so he will actually be able to take the town center out. But Sorry is a fighter here. How did he get 50 gold on that? Was that some sort of Lord Midas thing, or there was no Lord Midas around, is there? No, he's out. Where is he? He's chilling though. I'm confused. Anyways, we got the Heliopolis targeting down the Great Hall over here, and it will be able to finish off that home town center as Sorry is desperately trying to muster up an army at the moment. Icarus on the top here, slowly going down to the only range units that you can kind of build to take out the Icarus. Berserk's converting here as Sorry will pull up to the top in an attempt to get something happening. He does have the Huskal out. He's got to get to full pop basically to fight this army. The one saving grace is this is all champion Amazon Archer, but the problem is, well, I don't think you win this fight, my friend. As much as I'd like to say 11 champion Huskal will beat archers and do beat archers, they don't beat 120, nearly 120 population of archer. But Divine is not going to show that off here. He is, he's, yep. Little bit of a shoot and scoot. They do take a long time to shoot though. Divine trying to do this weird, well, I've never seen this micro. He's trying to do some StarCraft 2 style micro. Jeez, they absolutely dominate. Of course, this is not enough units. Like I said, it's just 120 pop of, 150 pop of art. Yeah, that's a crazy amount. That is a crazy amount of population of archer there. And my math is wrong, isn't it? It's 90 pop of archer. Anyways. It's still a crazy amount. You need to get close to that population, or not even close, but you need to get in the ballpark to actually be able to take that out. So that's why I'm suggesting maybe raiding cavalry here. 2 population cavalry unit, as well as the Huskal mixing in as well. and then trying to get in and prevent the pullback micro and things like that. But nonetheless, villagers getting taken out on this position, and it looks like Divine is going to be running away with this win here. My God, does this Demeter... You will forgive me to say maybe the A tier Demeter has moved from A tier into an S tier god at the moment. I could be wrong here. I could be wrong, but everything is pointing to this god having a crazy advantage. We see some Jarl raids coming in to try and take out the fortresses here. I think of course, the solution here for Norse and definitely for Loki would have been to go Hell and make Fire Giant to deal with this. But and Ballista are also good. But the problem here was that Sorry just fell so far behind after that Mythic Age power spike. That being said, again, the Nidhogg to kill off all those human units, that's another thing here that probably would have turned the tide. So I think Sorry gonna have to rethink his Mythic Age choice here. Holy, those throwing axemen do not, oh my God, they just get absolutely obliterated. I saw another 50 gold coming in there from, there's not even Lord Midas out. I don't know if that's just a graphical bug or if he actually got the 50 gold. But look at this. He's got 4. He doesn't even have a trade route. This is so dangerous. If I don't have to build a trade route and I have 255 pop, he's got 280 pop now, but 255 pop, I can just go so far in front of my opponent on population, because you need gold mines and stuff to stay competitive. The gold mines will expire. Then you need a trade route. So it's going to be so tough to beat Demeter. I'm looking at this going, I think we're going to have to change those guys to gold. 95 wood, 75, 80 gold, something like that. Well, I'm not sure if Sorry's got anything left in the tank here. He's building some battle boar in a hope to do something. The battle boar, if you have enough of them, will be somewhat strong. But look, I mean, the Orpheus here gives them 2.5x. So you got to snipe that guy first, and then come in and charge him with the myth unit. But Sorry, he is fighting. He's a fighter. He's got 70 villagers left. He's still got 2 gold mines left. The battle boars over here are coming through. He might be able to take out this town center or something, but Divine is at full population. He is in full swing. He's got himself the coinage coming through, going for a bit of a trade route over here. Both corners are locked off, so that's going for him. Divine does still have a little bit of gold income here as well, and he has that gold mine there with 610 gold. And that's it. There's these 2 gold mines at the bottom are all that are left on the map. But yeah, this Demeter is an absolute. I think I'll go ahead and say it. I think Demeter is S tier. I think she, excuse me, will be able to tango without question, be able to tango with Aztecs from last patch. And the Aztecs were nerfed. So I don't know where the Aztecs are sitting right now, but Demeter might be the lone. Well, I still think Susanoo didn't get hurt very much in this patch, but yeah, I think maybe, just maybe, we're gonna be seeing some Demeter bans in tournament. Please enjoy the Demeter shenanigans while it lasts. The big challenge here is going to be what unit beats this guy. It's 24 range, which means even health. That's right. Of course that's right. Yeah, why wouldn't you be able to drop double Underworld invasion? Now, you've got boosted favor gather rate. I didn't bring that up either. Greek also has a crazy boosted favor gather rate. So now you're going to be able to spam those Mythic Age God powers instead of spamming myth units. That's absolutely and unequivocally insane. This god is S tier. Beyond without a doubt in my mind. I don't even have to. Yep. I hope you guys enjoy. Demeter is an absolute beast of a god right now. Very like going to be super tough to crack. My suggestion to would be to try and limit town centers, sort of like what Sorry did, but maybe play a little less aggressive and just limit the town centers. Try and hold 4 town centers to 2 town centers versus turtling Demeter, and get yourself those arrow of effect damage dealing myth units to deal with these Amazon archers and things like that. What a god at the moment. Holy, look at that. That's such an insane amount. 21k military resource value. All right, guys, if you guys enjoyed this one, make sure to follow on the Twitch, if you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.